Mike, you there? Yeah, I heard his mic going.
Mike,
Yo.
Cool.
he's alive.
Sweet.
And I finished my popcorn.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Just Another Castle podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and with me this week I have Eli.
Hello.
And Mike.
What up?
Cool. He's got all the popcorn out of his mouth this week. So we'll start off with what we've been playing. I haven't been playing too much, but I did finally check out the Mighty Number 9 demo. So I didn't have... I wasn't like other people where I was super angry going in or super excited. I was just like, okay, this will be cool because I haven't really kept up with it so much, so let's go through with it. And I'd say my first impressions were pretty reactionary. A lot of things like kind of bugged me about it because it wasn't what I was hoping to be. And then I just played it again recently, and I don't feel as angry about it. But to me, it still feels like it's not so much Mega Man, but just like speed run the game, because you have this dash attack. So you can, like Mega Man X, you have a dash attack, but this one you go even farther, and I think it's like faster, possibly. So it's easy to just like boost through a stage. And some of the way the level is designed is really easy to zip through, just because there's enough air and you can just jump over some enemies. The fact that you don't really have to kill enemies, you can just hit them, I think, like 3 or 4 times and then dash right through them, makes them almost irrelevant. I don't know, so I'm not really like crazy about it. It just feels like nothing in the environment matters, and the level is designed.
Do you shoot, or do you only dash?
No, you shoot.
Okay.
But it doesn't feel as useful as in Mega Man, because with Mega Man, it's like you're stuck in this spot because the stupid enemy is flying in the air, so you have to kill it or do some precise platforming to get over to it. And with this, it's like it's not really precise. You don't really need precise platforming for at least the 3 levels I was in, and you can just kind of like dash through the whole thing. It's like in Mario, if you get a super or a power star, or whatever, the invincibility star, whatever you want to call it, and you just like run through the stage because you know you can get past everything. It feels like that.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, how many stages did you play?
I have 3 stages. So there's the Electric Girl Dynatron, there's the Flame Guy, I forget his name, and then the Military Gun Guy. I don't remember if I finished that, if I got through a lot of that stage. I only beat like one of the bosses, but I've gotten to the boss of the Fire Guy, the Electric one, and I don't remember how far I got with the Gatling Gun Guy.
Oh, have you grabbed like weapons from one stage and used them in another stage?
Unfortunately, the demo doesn't allow you to.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, okay.
No, which kind of blows.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I felt definitely like you had to defeat the enemies, but you said that they were irrelevant, which is interesting. Different opinion. I do agree that it does feel a little like a speed run the game or whatnot, but it felt really deliberate in the way it was designed and the fact that it felt very free-flowing, and I actually had a ton of fun with that aspect of it. I don't know, did you think of that as like a negative thing?
Yeah, because it just felt, like I said, like you get a superstar and you just run through everything. Like, obviously you're not invincible in this case, but it feels like you can skip like most of the game as if you're not supposed to, but it's still there. It's like, okay, yeah, there's enemies you could defeat, or you could like jump and dash over them, or you just hit them a couple of times and then they're, you get rid of them quickly.
It's interesting you say that. I think the more interesting thing about this game is it was supposed to be done, and I think at E3 there were like at least 8 stages to play in that demo. So I'm thoroughly surprised that you guys didn't get, when they sent out the backer demos, that there weren't more stages.
Well, three's still quite a bit, though, because if you think it's like an 8-stage game, 3 is almost half of the
But
game.
if they're working on it for another 6 months, I mean, there's got to be something other than just online factoring into that delay.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems really off.
But I guess it doesn't really matter what your opinions are in terms of the developer standpoint, because you already paid.
Actually, I only paid the $5, so I don't even get the game.
Seriously?
Yeah, I wasn't too sure how I felt about the game, and I'm like, okay, I'll throw in $5 so I can vote on like the enemy designs and stuff, because I thought that was cool.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think it was like, you have to pay $20 or $25 for the game. I'm like, I'm gonna wait. The funny thing, though, is in this case, I don't like the way it's a speedrun kind of game, but I don't know if you played Azure Striker Gunvolt. That was the other Mega Man-esque game that Inti created around the same time as Mighty Number 9. But I tried the demo for that, and I actually really liked it. Like, that feels more Mega Man X, where, yeah, you do have like a dash mechanic, if you will, but you can use... the enemies take a bit more damage to be killed, and you can shoot them with your gun and then use like this electricity orb to have like this arc chain across a bunch of enemies and kill them. I don't know. The way that was built felt a lot more satisfying. So I think I'm more inclined to get that than Mighty Number 9, which is really weird.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think.
Well, it looks like I was gonna say I think fan-made games are looking better than Mighty Number 9. It's more Mega Man-esque. I think there was a new one coming out, Mega Man World or something like that. It looked really good. Like, I don't know, like maybe he was trying to say like I made Mega Man, but now I'm trying to get it to the next step. But I haven't played the demo beta yet, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he definitely pitched it as this is supposed to be the next step to Mega Man, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's from the demo, at least I played. It doesn't feel like it's that much of a step. It's more like a side step to Mega Man X. But did you play Mega Man Unlimited, Mike?
Is that the computer one? It's supposed to be really hard. I got the patch for easy mode because yes, I have that.
Okay, I think it has Nail Man and like Rainbow Man in it or something.
Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's I can't think of the secret boss. There was like 4 letters you had to find out, and that's how you got to him and stuff. But yeah. That was a great game. I love that game.
Okay, yeah, because I have that on my desktop, but I haven't really played it. So
Oh no, it's great. But the funny thing is, it was so hard that there's a patch out for easy mode. I'm dead ass. Like people were complaining it was too hard. It came out like a month after the easy mode patch.
Oh man. But yeah, Mike, you should try Azure Striker Gunvolt. It's on the 3DS. There's a demo.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard the sequel is coming out.
Yeah, it is. Well, from the demo what I played, it was really cool, so I think you'd like it. But that's pretty much all I've been playing. So, Eli, what have you been playing this week?
I really haven't been playing a ton either. I've just been playing more Dragon Age Inquisition. Fun game. I like it. So the last big Western RPG I played, I think, was, what was it? Oh wait, did I say? I'm playing Witcher 3. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
And the last big game I played was Dragon Age Inquisition. And, The Witcher is far better than Dragon Age Inquisition, in my humble opinion. I really didn't like Dragon Age Inquisition. I thought it was boring. But The Witcher is really engaging. I'm really enjoying it, and it's kind of sucked me into its world a little bit. But yeah, I haven't really played anything other than that.
So what do you like about The Witcher more than Dragon Age Inquisition? Because I've only tried The Witcher a little bit at my friend's house, but I haven't tried Inquisition. And I only played a little bit of The Witcher, but I'm not like crazy about the combat. Like some people are like, oh man, it's so amazing. I'm like, it's okay. It seems more Assassin's Creed-esque.
Yeah, so the combat in our Western RPGs generally aren't that great. And in fact, I think that was the worst part about Dragon Age. It's literally just a button masher. And the reason I think the difference stands in the storytelling, whereas in like it's weird to think because functionally all quests in RPGs really are all pretty much just fetch quests, but the way I perceived it is that Dragon Age had far more fetch quests, and the individual quests were a little more boring and useless, especially when they drop you off in a world and be like, all right, go kill 15 of this type of thing, or run from this part of the map to this part of the map and just kill something, which I really didn't like, as opposed to The Witcher, where pretty much every side quest had some sort of story behind it, and it felt like there was some sort of purpose there, which I really appreciated. Or in The Witcher, I'm sorry, I keep mixing them up. In The Witcher, it's what I appreciated. And the combat, I feel like, is, although it's maybe only marginally better than Dragon Age, I feel like that does a lot in terms of keeping me more engaged on a moment-to-moment gameplay basis. So that's what I really like. The world is just gorgeous. And I just felt like I had purpose there. And I don't, a lot of people would interpret that differently, but I didn't feel like I had purpose in Dragon Age, and it was like, why am I wasting... I think I played Dragon Age for 30 hours. Like, why am I wasting my time here when I could be actually, like... When in The Witcher, I actually feel like I'm contributing to something.
Yeah.
Even if it is just a fiction.
Yeah, that's a fair thing, because... Like, the gameplay is going to be essentially the same, but if the story... I'm not even a person who's like, oh man, story over gameplay. But yeah, if you're playing for that many extended hours and it just feels the same over and over, like, you're going to go with the one that has more interesting story because you'll be more invested in it. Like, I'm not sure if this was part of a campaign mission or a side mission, but one of my friends had a mission where he had to go to like some haunted place and find like the dead corpse of another Witcher or some lady, and then tell the guy's like fiance, or tell the woman's like fiance that she was killed, and then spoilers, she turned out to be like a monster or something, and he had to kill her. And apparently there's several different endings, and the one my friend chose, which apparently was a good ending, is that the guy makes out with like this skeleton, creepy looking thing, and then he just dies.
Yeah.
So I'm trying. I'm making it sound more boring than it is.
No, it's
but
definitely,
it was actually pretty cool because it had,
yeah.
like you said, it had a story behind it rather than there's a monster in this village, like kill it again for the 40th time.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see why he chose that.
Yeah, that's why I liked it personally, and I recommend people play it. I got it on sale for $27, so that's even better.
Yeah. You and your sales.
Yeah. How else am I supposed to get by?
So, Mike, what have you been up to lately, besides the usual smash and beating people up?
Thank you for the beating people up. But, yeah, I've been still in that Mario Maker flow. Kind of, I didn't get to play that Rainbow Six Siege beta. I was kind of too lazy. But I was also playing Super Time Force Ultra. I got the platinum in 100% of that zero drifter. And I got the platinum for sound and shape. So I got that. So I was like, all right, that's out of the way. But yeah, Super Time Force Ultra is really cool. It's pretty unique. So I'm having a good time with it. Let's see. Did I play anything else besides Smash on that? Nah, I literally just been playing that and Smash because I was just lazy this week, It was all shitty with the hurricane supposed to come, and it didn't. So it's just like, man.
Well,
yeah, I know, right? That totally affected my drive.
But yeah,
I recommend everyone playing Super Time Force Ultra. Oh man, like it's so unique. Like it's like okay, it's like kind of it reminds me of Gunstar Heroes, or like there's hectic and there's enemies everywhere kind of thing. But each not every character is the same. The fact that the roster is really huge and it's hilarious, and it's like not 32-bit, but like this cool kind of like retro looking bit. Like I get and just the time factor in it. Like you have 60 seconds to beat a level, but you can keep going back, and the fact that you can work with your past self to like make the you know what I mean, to like successfully get everything in a level is just super cool. Like it's a really unique game. So. And the fact that it was free last month, everybody should have downloaded it. So at least give it a shot. I know it's PS4 and PS Vita, so.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I think it's also on Xbox, but the PlayStation versions have
Shuhei Yoshida.
yeah, it's Yoshida. It has the Journey person and like the Order person. A lot of PlayStation characters in it.
Oh, weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Cause I'm like looking at these, I was like, who the hell are these guys? Why do I feel like I know them? And I was like, oh yeah, shit. Like I got a trophy. It's like team up a Journey character with another Journey character. I'm like, what? I was like, oh yeah, it's that stupid Journey thing. I mean, I hate Journey with a passion. I think it's indie overrated trash, but you know. Super Time Force Ultra is awesome, though.
Yeah. No, when I saw it, I'm like, I want to play this at some point because it looks really cool. Like you can, like you said, you go through a level and then you reverse time, and then that character keeps shooting in the same spots, but you can,
You can
also
have that.
shoot. So
it works
really
against bosses too and stuff. And then like if you save your past self, you actually like say you died in that one moment. If you die in that moment, right, but then you change the past, like you change the future so that person won't die, that person, like, their past person self, you can gain their powers kind of thing. So you'll have, like, 2 HP rather than 1 HP, and you can use their special charged ability. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
One question, probably not Eli and definitely not me, but has anyone played the Super Mario Maker Smash Bros. Level?
I didn't buy it. I was too lazy. Like I said, I was just playing, but not like really.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would give them my money, like even if I never played it. But since they don't have a nice system online, like with Sony, what I usually do when it comes to their PlayStation Plus games, I usually go on their online store and just buy or download them if there's a sale because I'm too lazy to go on my PS4. But since they don't email me telling that this thing came out and I can't just go on their website to buy it online, I haven't turned on my Wii U in like 2 weeks. I'm a great Nintendo enthusiast. But, so I just haven't gotten on yet to buy it.
Cool. Yeah, I want to get it at some point, but I'm trying to hold back my spending lately.
Yeah, you know what? I'm waiting for, the voting end, the ballot ends,
Yeah. I was hoping they would have given a tease to a character, but they're like, nah, we'll just put this new content like precariously close to the other important release date and do nothing about it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait for that, and then I'll just binge buy everything.
Yeah, I think I'll just save my money for the character if that comes out anytime soon.
Well,
Yeah.
Did you hear the newest update has like 3 new character slots or something?
Yeah, that's one of the news posts we have later.
Oh, well, sorry for bringing it up too early.
No, that's fine. It's not ruining. It's not a surprise or anything. But I guess we should get moving on to some other announcements. So I'll zip through Amiibo. Not that anyone really cares, but the Mii Fighters are probably going to be Toys R Us exclusives because someone went to Toys R Us and they have like an interactive display for Amiibo, and then it showed that there was only a Toys R Us logo on them. So that's probably only there. I don't know why, because I don't think anyone's crazy for them, so I don't know if that's a great deal for Toys R Us, but I'm sure since it's an Amiibo, it'll probably sell anyway.
You know how crazy we all are.
Yeah. I don't think there's that many people crazy for the Mii Fighters. But maybe it's just all the people who want to customize them.
You need them for the collection, bro. How are you going to have a full series?
They're not even real characters, man.
They are in the game-ish.
No one cares. Just like they'll make an excuse for not collecting Amiibo cards because there's too many and it's random. So apparently some Amiibo look like they're losing their exclusivity, like Shulk. Someone found it in a Toys R Us ad or something along the lines of that, so they might be getting rid of that, which also coincides with Nintendo saying they're restocking a couple of Amiibo, like specifically Little Mac, Greninja Fox, Shulk, Lucario, and Captain Falcon. So if you didn't get those before, you can hopefully get them now without having to pay exuberant prices. And they also announced more Animal Crossing Amiibo are coming, because apparently they didn't have enough before.
I told you there are enough of us to keep them. They could make a fucking piece of. They could make a piece of poop and put it on a stick and call it the ultimate poop amiibo, and I would buy it.
Hey, the only poop amiibo I would buy is if it's the Great Mighty Poo.
They don't have the rights to that anymore.
I know. They should. Well, Microsoft had some patent thing that sounded similar to Amiibo before. It was kind of weird. But yeah, the Animal Crossing Amiibo are for any Animal Crossing fans that know these characters. It's Rossetti, Blathers, Celeste, and Kix. Or for everyone else, it's the mole, the male owl, the female owl, and the skunk. So there you go. And one cool amiibo that was shown off lately was someone made a custom amiibo of Satoru Iwata with a bunch of different Nintendo items like the Master Sword and Super Mushroom and stuff for a charity auction. I think it's going to Child's Play. Currently it's at like $400. Let me see if it actually has the updated thing. Yep. $769 is the current bid. And it still has 4 days left.
That's pretty good.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Most expensive amiibo. So a couple of things that were announced with this week was Sonic 2 3D version is coming to the 3DS. This is October. Yeah, this Thursday. 50% of Shovel Knight sales were on Nintendo platforms, which is kind of crazy. So Steam was 32%, 3DS is 32%, Wii U 20%, Sony 14%, and Xbox 4%. To be fair, Nintendo and Sony have more devices than Xbox, obviously. They just have the one. And Nintendo had they had a year of exclusivity, but still not many people own a Wii U, and it still got 20% sales. So that's kind of nuts. Like, think how many PS4s, PS3s, and PS Vitas there are. And the Wii U beat out all of those.
Well,
wow.
Yeah, that's impressive. But still, to be fair, it was out for whatever, like a year or 6 months before. Sure. Had a head start.
But I mean, I don't think anyone bought a Wii U for Shovel Knight, so it's only like the small amount of people who had a Wii U bought Shovel Knight.
Yeah. It's also just, I guess, about the tastes. Because
for sure.
What was that game? The Stealthing 2 or whatever that was a Wii U exclusive. Temporarily for like 3 months. I'm sure that if we looked at the sales of those, it would not be the same breakdown.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's definitely, I think it appeals more to Nintendo fans, but it's still pretty crazy that it was able to outsell it. I mean, there's other stories of certain indie games selling well on Nintendo too. So that's cool. Mario & Luigi Paper Jam is going to have Amiibo support. It'll give you a special support card. I don't know what it does, and the gameplay of the bottom screen was never shown off to people. So all I know is that like the support cards fly in the middle of the game, and you can do something with them. I assume they like come in and use a move or give you an item or something like that. It supports basically the Mario characters and Yoshi and the rest. And Mario Tennis Ultra Smash now has a release date of November 20th. And the only real thing they've shown off is the box art. So it's coming out in like 2 months and they still have nothing to talk about.
It's alright, Matt. I'm sure that game will sell maybe 13 units. And, man, that game's going to be a pile of turd. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
And not just, I'm sure the gameplay will be fine-ish to an extent, but it's going to be the same as the last. They haven't shown any new features on it. As you said, we know nothing about the game, other than the one little mega mushroom.
Yeah. But they did give one other thing. They said there's going to be some new jump shot mechanic to return shots, but I don't really see how that's going to be all that different.
But pretty much, this is what's holding the Nintendo lineup this fall since Star Fox was delayed. This is what's doing it for Black Friday.
Yeah.
What everyone's going to be waiting in line for.
I wonder if when they were getting somewhat closer to Star Fox, they're like, we're not going to have this out by year's end. Let's kind of churn out another sports game to kind of fill the gap. I don't know.
Gosh. I mean, both that and Amiibo Festival definitely had, like, no more than a year of development time.
Yeah. Because I can't see Mario Tennis having more than a year. Like, maybe it was, like, less than a year from what it looks like. Because they basically showed off a tech demo in E3 in July, so a couple of months ago, and now they're like, yeah, it's coming out. It's like, so... is this just a fill-in? Because you didn't think you were going to make it with Star Fox? Like, I don't know. That's weird. Super Mario Maker has sold 1 million units already, so that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just gonna ask, is that a lot? You know, like.
I mean, you got to think about it.
Well, it came out just this September, right? What was the exact date?
September 11th. So let's not.
Right.
Pretty much every million units sold is more than a 10% attach rate, and a 10% attach rate. I mean, that's incredible. So I mean, percentage-wise, that's a really good number. I mean, sure, and they definitely made their money back on it. If they took $40 margins on each game, or even $30 margins, $30 million. I can't imagine Super Mario Maker took $30 million to make. So they probably made money on it, and I'd say it's a success.
Yeah, for sure. So is selling 1 million in a month fast for Nintendo or slow? Because I can't recall how it compares to the other big games they've released.
I think Splatoon did comparably. I think Mario Kart 8 did, like, what was it, 2.2 million in, like, a month, something like that.
Okay.
So definitely more, but I'd still say it's... For a game that is Super Mario Maker with with barely any, unique content, and it's a hard game to sell, I'd say it did pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. One other last thing Nintendo announced was they're sponsoring the Big House 5 Smash Bros. Tournament. I don't know how special that is, but I thought I'd bring it up because it's just good to see Nintendo still supporting, like, tournament scenes. Like, they've done the Splatoon tournament in Japan, and they're sponsoring a bunch of Smash Bros. Tournaments, and I assume they'll probably support Pokken tournaments as well. So I don't know, I think it's cool that they're getting involved with it rather than just, get away.
Yeah, well, and I think they sponsored EVO last year, too, so they're definitely getting a little more into it because people streamed at them for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Nintendo also sponsored Big House 5. It's a big tournament this weekend that's on. So it's nice to see that they're always doing.
That's
So
what I
now's
just
the
said.
news.
Mubby.
What is
What else
this?
do you have for us, Matt?
Well, right now I'm seeing. Sorry, I'm just looking at the GIF Eli sent me from not trusting the news. So on to the actual news of this week's Spike Chunsoft, which has made the Etrian Odyssey series and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, are going to work on an NX game after they finish a game on PS4. So it looks like more and more people are talking about the NX, or at least developers are, after Square Enix was talking about it. It was Square Enix, right?
I think so.
Because it was Dragon Quest.
Or Bandai Namco, one of them.
Okay. I thought so, but I was thinking I was messing something up. But I guess, they spilled the beans. I guess we'll kind of talk. I mean, they didn't really say too much. They're just like, yeah, we're going to work on a game. But
although I don't know how much they know. There was another developer. It was some indie developer. Oh, the developer of Y2K, which is an indie game. They were asked, too, and they're like, well, we know nothing about NX, but if it runs Unity, sure, we'll make games for it, So,
yeah.
we really don't know how much they know about it, and there are rumors
Probably.
that Nintendo was shopping around this last E3, but who knows if that's true? Who knows if they're actually, regarding third parties at all? Knowing Nintendo, so I'm very skeptical.
I think they are. I mean, like technically they do this with every console where they talk to third parties and they're like, we're launching a system, and they're like, yeah, we'll make a launch game. Doesn't, like, they could be talking to third parties. Doesn't mean it's gonna last forever, but they're still like opening it up.
Yeah.
So something about Splatoon happened this week. Some people are hacking the game to look like an Octoling, because you can't do it in the game, but it's still a cool way to play, and it's in the game for some reason. I guess they planned it at one point. But if you run into this person who's playing as an Octoling or using a special gun, it can actually corrupt your save file if you go back to the lobby. So the way to circumvent this is apparently if someone in your game is playing as an Octoling, then you're just supposed to keep playing against this person until that person drops out, so that they don't appear in your lobby and then screw up your game.
Huh.
So, yeah. I forget the exact name. I saw someone post a name, but they weren't too sure. But it starts with like K, and then has a bunch of numbers after it. So if you see a weird name, like if you just see an Octoling, then just, I guess, keep playing and hope that they leave before you have to go to bed or something like that. Hopefully Nintendo will fix that soon enough. So the producer on Chibi-Robo Ziplash thinks this game may be the last chance at the series, which kind of sucks, because I don't think
it's going to
a lot
sell
of people
crap.
are interested.
Except for the Amiibo people. So this game...
So it might have a chance.
It might... it depends on how many number of crazy Amiibo people there are. I'd really be interesting to see the breakdown.
Do you really need to think about that?
Well, I want to see the breakdown between Amiibo bundles and non-Amiibo bundles, and then I want to see the proportion of Amiibo bundles and games on eBay. Because that would be interesting to see.
Or how low the value drops of that game.
Yeah.
Like a week after.
Yeah.
GameStop. It's like, if you return it, you'll get 32 cents because 50,000 people returned this.
Yeah.
But the reason he was saying that he made it more action-oriented was so that it could have a more mainstream appeal and try to bring back the character in a way that more people would actually spend money on it.
Too bad it won't work.
Yeah. Unfortunately. The assistant producer still wants to make the old adventure-style games, but whether or not that happens remains to be seen. I mean, if they put him in as the Smash Bros. Character, maybe you'll get track.
I wonder if being in Smash actually boosts sales, or just recognition of a character. You know
Definitely
what I mean?
recognition and, like, mind share.
I mean, it definitely helps
sales.
it. You know what I mean? It definitely helped, like, get Icarus come back, you know? At the same time, it's like, I don't know, I can see, like, just because, like, Yoshi and Peach are in it, they're still more associated with Super Mario games itself rather than their solo series, you know what I mean?
Sure. But I mean, I guess it's because, like, here's a new character we haven't seen before. Oh, I want to look up information on it. Oh, here's the game. Maybe I'll try it, sort of thing. Like it happened with Fire Emblem, right? We're like, who the heck are these anime weirdo people?
Yeah, I mean, with the GTA. And I was going to bring up Ness. I mean, I feel like Earthbound got pretty good. Like, I mean, just people looking for Earthbound in itself, and then it kind of more helped with the virtual console sales of Earthbound since regular Earthbound was out for 5 years by the time Smash 64 came out, and everyone's like, what the hell is that kid? You know?
Yeah, I was so confused when I saw that kid. I'm like, who's this guy?
I do. I was
like
the same thing. I was
8 years old. I'm like, who the heck is this child? I don't even think I really knew who like Samus or Captain Falcon were either. I'm like, they're probably from the same series because they look similar, have a similar art style.
Like, yeah, I had no idea who Captain Falcon was. And the funny thing was too, I remember Nintendo Power. There's something like Mother Earthbound 3 you know? And that was supposed to be for the N64, you know, for the whole shebang and stuff. I just kind of remembered it, but I always thought Earthbound was like Harvest Moon, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if because they have the first two games out, if when they release the third, they'll put it in like a bundle, like a disc release or something to.
they should do something cool like that. But
Yeah.
that seems like way too much licensing work, like usual.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on how well they sell in the eShop, because that'd be cool if they're like, here's the three games and like the NES amiibo and like the Lucas amiibo or something like that to justify like a hefty enough price to be on shelves.
Yeah, but man, that's too good of an idea. That wouldn't work.
It's probably because it wouldn't sell enough anyway.
That's probably it. It's probably like, you know, like I say, the internet majority is actually like 2% of sales. All they do is talk shit, but they never buy like Majora's Mask and other stuff and Hyrule Warriors and all of them. You know what I mean? Like they're all
Well,
people complaining. They all want change and all the other stuff, but they don't go out and buy shit. So you know what I mean?
Well,
And besides, their ideas are terrible. So it's
to Hyrule Warriors' point, they actually did sell like over 1 million units. So people at least
people
bought
were
that.
more tricked into that. Right? Everyone you talk to hates that game. But
Oh, I'm not
they
saying it's
bought.
good, but I mean, if
Oh,
people
yeah, no,
are
that was
talking about,
the only one that ever pawned out, but it was more of like, I feel like everyone was duped.
yeah, I think your point stands with Bayonetta 2 because like, oh yeah, we'll buy it, and then like no one bought it. I'm like, I didn't even play the first one. I bought the second one basically off of the demo. It's like, this game's cool. All you people didn't even bother with it.
But they all love it though. You can talk to everybody
Well, it's
ever.
amazing. I'll buy it never.
Well, I don't have it, but you should buy it because it's amazing, right?
It's the weird mentality of I'm going to petition to get something that other people want, which doesn't work because then you just show to the companies that they shouldn't bother listening to that because you're not going to buy it.
And then things that should actually be petitioned won't get, because it's the boy who cries wolf kind of syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, now you want this thing? Well, you didn't want it before, so we're just going to say screw you and not bother. That's what happens. At least most of the time. Earthbound eventually got released, so I guess it depends.
Yeah. I wouldn't count it as a release. It was a VC thing. I think there was I mean, it took like 15 years to work. It's not Mother 3, though, so.
It's something at least. Well, they did have two of the games. Two of the games came to North America, right?
Yeah, Mother 1 and Mother 2, aka the ones that are on VC.
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean way back when I knew Earthbound was released way back when, but were two of the three games released back in the 80s?
I think Earthbound Zero came out on the NES in America.
Okay.
I know it's an NES game. Well, they don't call it Earthbound Zero. It's Mother 1, Mother. People dubbed it Earthbound Zero. Actually, you know what? I don't think that even got translated. I think it took a fan translation patch. I'll Google it for us right now. We have the power of the internet, you know.
So much power.
Yep. No. I'm looking at it. It says released outside of Japan as Earthbound Beginnings. Yep. So it was released out of Japan back in '89.
Weird.
Yeah.
I figured it was just the second one, and it was just called Earthbound.
Huh.
All right.
Let's see. Released. No. Earthbound Beginnings was the June 14, 2015 one. Yeah. So the North American version was localized into English, but it was abandoned.
Oh, that's weird.
So all you can do is find a prototype called Earthbound. You know what I mean? Then the fans dubbed it Earthbound Zero, but it's one of those prototypes that were never released. So I'm assuming if you were the guy who has the prototype, and you randomly throw it on eBay like they do for all those random NES games, they'll make like easy 6 figures, 7 figures.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, look, the Olympic game from NES. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh my god, that's $60,000 right there. No, it's not. Like that. So we'll see how it goes.
I think they'll release the third one because, like, I mean, one of them was technically done. The other one, I think they had to work on, which was the first game technically. So they'll probably release the third to round it out. Because I think someone else has already translated the whole thing anyway.
Mother 3, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the translation of it. It's everyone should play that game. To be honest, it's really good. It's one of the best games I've played on a GBA ever.
All right, so moving on back to Smash Bros. Like Eli brought up before, someone data mined the game as they do with every release because we can't just leave things alone. But someone found 3 character slots and 2 or 3 stage slots in the latest update. There's some confusion on whether it's 2 or 3, but let's just assume it's 2. So the good thing is there's no data for what the actual characters are. They actually learned this time, so they just listed the characters as just Mario plus 1 or something like that. So now, for now, it won't be spoiled.
Ryu was hacked, right? He was already on the discs, and he was actually under Mario. But this time, it's actually just Mario. Last time, you had to replace Mario to get Ryu, kind of thing. But when you picked Mario, you actually picked Ryu when it was originally hacked. Remember that time where he blew up and Nintendo was like, shut down YouTube?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
But this time, there's nothing on there for people to actually find out the characters, which is good.
They don't even know. I think maybe they just created the space,
Yeah, that's all they did from what I've heard. So I'm guessing.
I wonder how they're going to release it, though, there hasn't been anything about a Nintendo Direct, no announcements, no nothing.
Yeah, so about that, 2 of the character slots were already added back when the Mewtwo update was there, so this update only added the stage slots and 1 character slot. So I guess they're just continually adding slots when they see
Kentucky
fit. So
County
I'm
Clerk
guessing with Mewtwo, maybe I think Mewtwo was released before the Ballot started, because Mewtwo was April and the Ballot was June. So I guess they didn't have an idea of. Maybe they did have an idea of what character they wanted, but regardless, I'm not too sure if they're actually going to release all 3 at once. I'm kind of hesitant to believe that. The only way I would believe that is if 1 is a new character and 2 are returning, because I think if they release 2 new ones at once, 1 is just going to overshadow the other, and then it kind of defeats the purpose, because if you just gave a gap in between, then both would get enough advertising. So if they're doing 3 original, they're probably going to be all separate.
All right,
but
so
who knows?
you're saying Snake, Wolf, and Banjo-Kazooie, or King K. Rool?
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, as far as returning, I think Wolf is the only likely character. I don't think Pichu or Solid Snake or Squirtle or Ivysaur are coming back at all.
Well, I could see Wolf only because of Star Fox Zero,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But then the other thing is, like I said, I want a Banjo-Kazooie like King K. Rool, but I could see Snake back. I feel like they've been lazy and they just take older model ones, kind of update a little bit of the movesets, and then they're like, here's a new character. And I'm like, it's not really new because you kind of just keep bringing people back. Ryu's been the only new character, and I was like, oh shit, nobody saw that coming,
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want them to. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I hope they do that kind of thing too, but I kind of doubt it because it just seems like it just kind of seems like they've been lazy like that. So,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind honestly. Anytime it's a new character, seems cool to me. So,
yeah, I want them to stop re-releasing the veteran characters because I think, fine, whatever. If you want to do Wolf, just get it out of the way. But then let's start getting onto the actual new characters because. All these updates is here's a character you already played. It's that's great, and I bought it because it's cool, but I want something new, please. At least Mewtwo we went a generation without having him, so he felt new again.
It was the same thing with Roy though too, but with Roy they completely kind of changed. They kind of they took more of his Project M kind of thing. They're like, all right, let's make him let's actually redo him. But Mewtwo was more oh, it's cool Mewtwo, and you announced him, but with Roy, I kind of like what they did. They kind of made him viable, and they made him different from what he was, which is cool. He was unique, but at the same time, like you said, it's these characters were already in Smash kind of thing. Isn't there more you can add, or is there, Like, is there more for us to be offered instead of stuff we know? Because, I mean, the only character I would take that's from an old one that I said that wasn't Wolf or, I don't even want Wolf to be honest, but
Yeah.
it's not Solid Snake. 'Cause I think Snake is just fun and cool and unique, so I like those kind of characters. But, I would actually take Young Link, to be honest. I mean,
Really?
he's in the new stupid, what is that, shitty Hyrule Warriors? There it is, Hyrule Warriors. And I mean, they've remade Majora's Mask, they remade Ocarina of Time. I mean, Young Link is awesome, you know?
But
Like,
isn't Toon Link
just a
basically
clone.
his replacement?
Yeah, well,
Like, I
yeah.
mean, what? I
But
mean,
the
I
thing
don't
is,
know
I
that.
mean, they have Dr. Mario, and Dr. Mario is kind of like a tweener between Luigi and Mario, and so maybe they can have Toon Link be a tweener between Toon Link and Link, kind of thing. I don't know. I just think Toon Link is cool. I like Toon Link because
Sure.
I'm N64 Link biased, so.
Oh, that's fair. They could have him maybe as an alternate costume for Toon Link.
No. See, alternate costumes are too good of ideas, so they had to make
Well,
Lucina.
any costumes for any characters people actually play are apparently bad ideas.
Yeah.
'Cause
No, they can make Bowser Jr. make all the Koopa Link kids and Wii Fit Trainer be a male or woman, but for Marth they couldn't make Lucina, they couldn't make it a skin. Okay. But yeah, it'd be cool if they started adding like character costumes instead of more me costumes.
yeah, like I understand that it's easier for them to just crank out me costumes because they're all the same size and it's easier to churn out. And I guess someone is buying them if they keep making the dang things. But if they released like a pack of every character has one new like alternate costume or significant costume other than just like a color swap, then I'd definitely be up for that. Like a Pikachu cosplay or Dry Bones Bowser.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, like or the Donkey Kong from Punch Out for the Wii. He gets the boxing gloves.
Yeah. Or Midwest
Like,
for Bowser, which I don't know if anyone remembers. It's the pig, like, rival to Bowser. Is one of the Mario and Luigi games. I think it was Dream Team. No, not Dream Team. The one Bowser's Inside Story. But
yeah.
there's definitely cool costumes and alternates they could have.
Yeah, like there's a lot more too. And the thing is too is I don't know why they don't do it. I guess it's a lot of work. But I mean, it doesn't seem that much work like when like fan-made like Smash games are able to do that with their, current things. Like it doesn't take a lot of time cuz I'll sure as hell crank. I mean, I kind of hate DLC, but I would crank out money to play as like, like to bring back the Jumpman costume for Mario, which I don't know why they got rid of, and all these other stuff they were talking about. Like Dry Bones Bowser, how cool would that be, man? Like I would love to play.
Know what would be cool since they have the Mario Maker stage to have a costume for Mario that looks like one of the 16 or 8-bit sprites.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. That would be hilarious. Like it'd be cool. This is never gonna happen. I was like, but like a 64-bit mode, so it just looks like Smash 64. But that's never gonna happen. But that would be awesome though. I'd like to see everybody in like a Smash 64 type mode.
I want Mewtwo to have his stinking his armor from the movie.
Oh, dude, that would be. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
and the thing is, the Pokemon company is probably too stuck up to allow that because they're not playing nice with Nintendo. But
yeah,
that would be like the one perfect costume.
Yeah, it really would. You know what the other thing is too? The Pokemon company, like they gotta thank Nintendo for their opportunity. Like I don't think people would buy Pokemon on PlayStation like the way it has been now. You know what I mean? Like it's too deep in the game. Like I don't think people would like. I wouldn't like. It's like in Minecraft for the PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like people think Minecraft is a PC or Xbox thing. You know? I wonder how terrible it sells. Like people think and some people are like, oh, put Minecraft on the Wii. Like I don't think it would sell, to be honest. Like it's become one of those things where it's associated with one brand.
Yeah. And I think it's just the audience that buys Nintendo platforms. Like Pokemon just fits the audience that buys Nintendo platforms. Whereas if Pokemon was on, let's say, PS4 or something, or whatever, a Vita, like maybe some kids would buy a Vita, but then even if they did, they probably wouldn't play much else on that system because I don't think it caters to their taste.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought about it like that. I was just thinking more. It's like, Sometimes I mean, it could be like brand loyalty or just like sometimes you just associate something like I can't buy Final Fantasy games
Not
not
on
on
PlayStation.
freaking PlayStation. I
Yeah,
think it's like
it's weird.
stupid as hell. Like I think that's a crime. I'm like, what the hell? Like you know what I mean? Like Final Fantasy 15 coming to the Xbox. I'm like, no, it's not.
Like, this
Like
is blasphemy.
yeah, right. Like I'm gonna call them. I'm like, excuse me, this ad was falsely advertising. Okay, to the PlayStation. So, but yeah, so it's like things like that. You know, even if I only had an Xbox One, I'd be like, holy shit, I can't buy Final Fantasy until I get a PlayStation. Like that's the way I am. You know,
Yeah.
there's some multi-plat games I can't buy unless it's on the brand that I like originally got it for. But
So, Eli, do you have any points regarding Smash?
No, I decided, as I said, I'm not super into this whole community, so I kind of turned my brain off a little bit when Smash came up, just because, I mean, I've been playing it in the dorms with other people, but I haven't really been into this whole meta review of what's going on, you know?
The hype train?
Yeah.
Who doesn't play FIFA? What do you have to do when you're in college?
What?
You have to play FIFA when you're in college.
I
It's a known rule. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was in college. I know what it's like. It's all about that FIFA life. And then when you whip out Smash, and everyone's like, "Oh, I used to love this game." It's like, no, you still love this game. Stop lying, okay? Trust me, I was at my brother's door, man. We were playing Mario Party. I was like, "Yo, I was the best in this game." Then we just win in Mario Party. Like, I was the best. And it was just like, yeah, sure you do, but nobody can deny Nintendo's timeless taste. But did you guys read up on the found what do you call it? The 16-year-old N64 game? Did you guys read about that?
No.
Oh, Viewpoint 2064. All right. It was okay. It's basically a sequel to. I'm reading it right now. Sammy's 1992 Neo Geo shooter Viewpoint, and Nintendo 64 project was the first and last seen at the Space World event in '99. It's like some third person ship shooter game. I don't know, but the prototype sold for like $3K on eBay recently. So it's like it's Star Fox 64-esque. You can just look it up right now if you hit Viewpoint 2064. There's actually a gameplay video and everything out. And you can look at how weird the demo cartridges look, because it's think 5 N64 cartridges put together. That's what it looks like. I'm not lying. It's kind of hilarious. Like, I don't have Skype over to my computer because you guys are on my phone, but I love that. I would totally send it. Like, yeah, just look Viewpoint 2064, which is was it Robotron called Robotron 2064 when it was on the N64, the arcade release of it?
I have no idea.
Robotron's a good game, man. Yeah, 2064 was the thing, man. That's the future date.
But there's not too much other newsworthy thing. It's just kind of odd things I found. So going back to Pokemon, the Pokemon Center, they're selling Pokemon butts as merchandise. They basically chopped off the ass of Pokemon, and they're selling it like as plush and like plushies and keychains and stuff. It's just really weird. I don't get where they came up with this. Maybe it's some Japanese thing about butts, but I don't know. It's really weird and funny.
Is this the tails or actual butts?
No, it's the butt here. It's the thing.
I don't get it.
I don't either, but it's just like, okay, whatever, Pokemon company. You won't give us amiibo support, but you'll give us Pokemon butts. Thanks for putting your brain in the right place. Scalebound was originally a Wii game, so that's the game by Platinum Games where you control a dragon and you sick it on other people like dogs to kill them and whatnot. It basically started before Bayonetta 1 and then got pushed back because of that and Wonderful 101, and then eventually became an Xbox thing. So, and it was going to be like dinosaurs instead of dragons. I'm guessing it probably
would that have run? I don't think it would have been as good of a game.
Well, I was gonna think that, but they have Monster Hunter on the Wii,
yeah.
So I'm guessing it would be that kind of scale. No pun intended. But I don't think it. I don't think it would have been done that well. to be honest. Especially if it's going up against Monster Hunter. It probably would have gotten its sales eaten out by that.
Sometimes I feel like there's monopoly of a certain type of game style. It's just like, oh, let's make something Monster Hunter-esque. Okay, yeah, this isn't Monster Hunter though, so cheap ripoff, don't buy it. And it's just like, oh man.
I don't know. I think it looks cool. I don't think it's supposed to be Monster Hunter-esque. I was just saying, like, if it was on the Wii, it would be competing with that. I don't know. I think it looks cooler than Monster Hunter because when my friend showed me Monster Hunter once, I'm like, so do you get to use them to battle or something like Pokemon or whatever? He's like, nah, you just kill them and skin them. I'm like, well,
yeah, I kind of dislike Monster Hunter, and everyone's like, how do you not like it? I'm like, there's no purpose. This is not a game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's self-perpetuating where you kill a monster to get gear, and then you kill better monsters to get better gear.
But that's it. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah. I mean...
I heard they're making a Monster Hunter with a story, though. I heard they're doing that, but...
Yeah, it's the, like, chibi-style one. I think...
Oh, yeah, the little kid one, damn it. Yeah.
I think it's a...
like a turn-based catchable kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's a turn-based one. I forget, but I'm actually interested in that one. That one looks kind of cool.
I am too, because I'm like, hey, a purpose to play Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there will be a reason for me to get stuff and complete it, rather than, hey man, check out my ill sword. Okay. When's the next one come out? Okay, that's how I feel Monster Hunter is.
I know, too. But I think the reason people like Monster Hunter is because basically every challenge is like fighting a boss, like Shadow of the Colossus, and there's a strategy. It's not just like throw a bunch of bombs at it and it'll die. There's like an actual strategy and sorry, break there. There's an actual strategy to beating the monsters, so I think that's why people like it. But for me, I don't know. I haven't really given it a good enough shot, but it just doesn't seem like it would hold my attention that long, just because there is no sense of progression, that kind of thing. So one or two other things before we go. The voice of Black Shadow from F-Zero GX is going to be the announcer in Fast Racing Neo, so that's kind of cool.
Cool.
Kind of weird. Because, like, the game that's inspired by F-Zero is going to have something from F-Zero. So, I wonder if it's going to cross the line and feel too similar to people as a knockoff rather than stand off as its own. I know the developers want to make it stand off on its own, but I wonder how the community will feel about it.
I don't know. I mean, F-Zero's cool, but I don't know. I mean... F-Zero's also really old, so people are going to be like, oh, it's like F-Zero, but... And A, they're either not going to get it, B, they're not going to play it, or just they're going to be like, when do we get real F-Zero, or like, try this, and it's only going to satisfy a very seldom select few.
Yeah. No, you got it wrong, Mike. They'll buy this because it's a knockoff, but they won't support the official one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This will get the sales that Nintendo dreamed of that F-Zero would get. 60K.
Yeah. But, I don't know, the Fast Racing Neo looks pretty cool. I think I'll try it out at some point. I might actually be able to play it and not suck at it, because I kind of suck at F-Zero, just because the controls are, like, so... I don't want to say finicky, because they're precise, but I mean, it's like you touch it, and it, like, you go out of control, like, spin off the other side, so maybe I can actually play this one this time.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying F-Zero has a really huge learning curve. I remember, like, I could not make a turn without going into a wall for the longest time. I was like, why are these turns the hardest thing in the history of man, okay? It was like, alright, I'm just skidding along the wall. I'm like, dude, can't do it. Then you just get more and more used to it. And then you play the WarioWare one and you think you're really good, because the WarioWare one's like 8 seconds long.
Well, I think I heard GX is like the hardest one, which is the only one I really played. So maybe
it is hard.
Yeah, so maybe it's not a fair assumption.
But one thing I was gonna ask was, when does Paper Jam come out? Because Triforce Heroes comes out soon, right? Or
Triforce Heroes comes out, I think, October. Shoot, I forget the exact date, but I think it's this month. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam come out next spring.
Oh, next spring, damn it. I was like, alright, I'm going to have something to play during the winter, but Yeah, I guess it's just Yoshi's Woolly World in October 16th, man. That's all I got.
Unless you're interested in Xenoblade, because that's the only other big thing
Oh
coming.
yeah, I forgot that. Yo, dude, I totally forgot that.
Everyone
Like,
forgets that. They're like, what is
we're
Nintendo
hyping
gonna
so much
do?
in May, and it's coming out like soon. Like, what? Well, we're having all the hype about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just got an overflow of news that people just stopped caring about it because
Oh yeah,
we're
it
like,
got released in Japan early. That's why.
yeah,
Same thing. Well, I don't like how Nintendo's been releasing their games with different dates, like around the world, like their big ones, like Yoshi and freaking Xenoblade. You know, so some people have Japanese Wii U's, and a lot of people are just like dumb, like or spoiler freaking breads, and I hate that shit. Like that Fire Emblem If, like everybody's already watched like every Japanese video out about it because it's been out for a while. You know, I don't think Nintendo should be doing that for games they want to sell.
I don't know. It's a slippery slope because what are they gonna do? They're just gonna sit on the game and then nothing happens, or they release it and I don't know.
Well, they did it.
I forget the point I was
Why?
making.
They had a worldwide release. I think worldwide is the way to go.
Maybe. I mean, they definitely need time to translate one game to the next. Maybe just translating it at the same time is probably too much of a headache to do, like, for each game at a time. Like, okay, we did it for this one game, but that was pretty hectic. Let's not do it for the next game, or else we're gonna like burn out really hard on it.
That's true too. I don't know, but we're getting the European version anyway, like usual. Because anything that gets translated for Europe, it's like, you know what? Well, Canada, it's the same. So you guys,
Yeah.
there's no difference for you guys. But yeah, I feel like they're just lazy sometimes.
Yeah, I think the reason Yoshi isn't coming so late is maybe because we have nothing else coming out in the fall, so they're like, we're just gonna hold on to this one.
I wouldn't be surprised if they delayed it to November. Obviously, it's not, but they should have delayed it at least till November. But there's Mario Tennis Ultra Smash coming out in November. So
Yeah, that's
with a name like that,
that's not even a contender. Let's put it that.
It's Ultra Smash though, man. Ultra.
Oh, I know. Super buzzworthy name that's gonna get everyone to buy it.
When I heard the words Ultra Smash, I already had that down locked and pre-ordered.
You already got the tennis racket amiibo set up too.
Oh yeah, I legitimately didn't even get the Mario Tennis ones. I just got a tennis racket, put it on an amiibo trophy. Got it. Alright. Oh, there's definitely a new line of amiibo coming out with that. Maybe they'll have Bowser with a sweatband on, I was thinking. You know what I mean? That'll be great. That'll be like, man, more amiibo that I don't want. The only one I want is my modern Mario. Alright, that's all I want. Alright, I'm not buying a new Wii U for modern Mario. Alright?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come out on its own eventually. But I think that wraps it up for today. I think we had a long enough chat. So you can find me at the Mango Viking on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Eli, where can people find you?
So you can find me on my GN at Paulo Salon, and on Twitter I'm Paulo Salon. I actually just put up a new blog post on my GN and on Nintendo Enthusiast about how I think that Nintendo is pretty much killed The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes because of its terrible online system. So I'd really like to hear your thoughts on it, because there's no real...
I'll tell you right now, Eli. Triforce Heroes must be played locally. Even though people want to, like, the thing is, like, I don't mind. I think region locking online is stupid.
Well, it's
but
not
I think
about,
there are.
My article has nothing to do with region locking whatsoever. Don't
spoil it. I gotta read it then. I gotta read it.
But it's more about the fact that there's no voice chat.
Don't give it all away, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
you gotta sell.
I encourage you to read it and
Give
provide some sort of like actual discussion, because most of the people that commented said that it was a clickbait article, which is funny because it's not.
Clickbait. So it's 5 sentences and then a list, 8 list. Then it's a BuzzFeed type thing of like what never to wear black and white socks or something stupid like that.
Yeah. I think the only reason people might have done that is because he wrote doomed. Because that might seem a little excessive, but
some people.
And then the blog picture had a picture of Doctor Doom, except he cropped that out and put Link's face there. And I was like, man,
Yeah, that's probably like they probably just looked at the title and like, man, it's like, okay, read if the article matches the title, like that's a fair thing. It's when it doesn't match up that it's stupid. Like oh man, look at the number 6 is a crazy reason for blah 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 blah, and it's like the most mundane thing ever. So yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, you interested me with voice chat, even though it's kind of.
The reason I put doomed is because I actually meant it in the full definition of the word of, like, I don't think that game will be successful. And that reason is 100% due to the fact that Nintendo's online is not where it needs to be. Like, so I meant it in the full sense of the word. I didn't just do it to, keep emotion in people, but because I firmly believe that online is the reason why that game will not be successful.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think you purposely made it clickbaity. I think it's just that people have gotten used to terms like that are
my favorite
seem
comment
kind of excessive.
My favorite comment is that I should find friends, which is a funny comment.
Yeah, the region locking thing seems kind of fair because if they can't have a stable connection and one person drops, you automatically can't finish the game.
Exactly.
So that's fair, especially with Splatoon where some matches will get cut out, and those are 3-minute matches. So imagine like a 15 or 20-minute dungeon. Like they need to have a solid connection. Mm-hmm. But moving on, Mike, where don't you tell us where people can find you?
Alright guys, find me on Twitter and Twitch at TroyFullbuster, and then YouTube Gaming Night Live, or SMB Gaming 64, which is the same as my IGN. Gaming Night Live website is actually live now, even though it's still kind of beta live, but it is live. And then, so soon you can find the podcast on there once it's actually officially open and stuff. But yeah, the site's actually live and all the other fun stuff. So.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know you're making a website.
Yeah, I was going to surprise you guys, so I just did it now because I always forget after we hang up. So cool. I was like, yeah. So now we can start putting the podcast up there and everything. So getting some normal boots going, you know what I mean?
Nice,
Sweet.
Nice.
Cool. So wherever you're listening, listeners, you can also find us at Just Another Castle on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, and IGN. You can drop us a question there if you want to be a guest, or send us a question to read on the podcast. And the best way to be a guest is to message us on Twitter at the Mango Viking. So see you later, and leave gaming to Nintendo.